Oh yeah, welcome back to Captain Coleslaw Outdoors with yours truly. And it is April 6th, and we're here out in some old stomping grounds that if you've watched the channel in the past, you've probably seen us out here before. Today's game is the brown bear tree but green understory adventures that trout fishing in Pennsylvania bring us. So the next few episodes, we're actually going to be kind of revisiting an old style of fishing that we've done on the channel before, way back at the beginning of Captain Coleslaw Outdoors. We're exploring Pennsylvania's trout fishing endeavors, but we're going to try some things a little bit differently outside of this episode, honestly, to bring you guys a little bit of content in how to catch trout here in PA. But what we're doing today, we're sticking to our guns. I've got my old spinning rod here. We're doing a little spin tackle, a little bare knuckle, grudge type fishing. We're gonna take some trout home for the dinner table. Try to get a limit of 5 of them, and then we're gonna grill them up for supper. Got my Berkeley Power Worm on, which is my favorite non-fly fishing tactic for trout. And we're gonna see if we can catch some of these stocked fish out of this little creek where I've been fishing basically my whole life as part of the last 10 years. Now, the thing about these trout is every single fish in this fishery is a stocked fish, meaning the Fish Commission and other organizations are supplementally adding fish to this population in order to keep the fish available for fishermen to catch. And honestly, this creek has had a really tough time with acid mine drainage. As you guys can see, there's a railroad track. It runs right here, and there's a lot of iron slag that rusts, and the rust gets in the water, turns it acidic, and trout can't stand acidic water. But through years of revitalization, this stream has an unbelievable trout population, thanks very much to the funding and works of the people who have made this a healthy fishery once again. So we're gonna spend the first part of this early going of spring fishing here on the channel. The sycamores, maples, oaks, they don't have a single leaf on them yet. Some of these invasive species like multiflora rose and bush honeysuckle are starting to green up. Not a huge fan of invasive species, but it does mean spring. So we're gonna get after these fish, see what we can catch in the next several hours. It's a little bit of a gray overcast sky, and now that might just mean more fish biting than normal. As you can see on the ground here, this whole shoreline is just compacted. They call this trampling, where people have just been pounding out a shoreline where they've been walking for years of use. So this spot over here, although it's a nice little hole right up next to the road at that, you can just tell that there's been a lot of people here. So we're gonna move downstream. We're gonna try some other spots, see if we can't pull some trout out in various locations elsewhere. Well, fish are giving us no choice. Try something different. That's how it works. We're gonna tie on a tiny little hook, and we're gonna go with every stock trout fisherman's secret weapon. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of trout fishermen out there, especially the idealists, the fly fishing guys, don't worry, your time will come. But right now, we're hunting stocked tank fish that the Game Commission, Fish Commission stocks for the simple pleasure of keeping people excited about catching fish. And there's absolutely no right or wrong answer on what that looks like. So we're going to the Gulp Power Bait Corn, baby. This is every trout fisherman's ace in the hole for your good old stockies. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm too good for power bait. If these were wild fish and we're in the canyons of the Colorado River trying to catch them, and we're fly fishing only and, you know, using streamers, so be it. But we're not. We're in a reclamated stream with stocked fish. We're gonna give them what they want to eat. And power bait corn is always that something. Fish on. Good fish. Look at that. What do we got? Oh, he's gone. Alright, so power bait works. Verified. So, with trout fishing and all fishing, we're not the only people out here trying to catch fish. So we're gonna move down a little bit, give these two young guys a chance to get in some trout action like we've had in the past. And we're gonna try a different hole here and see if we can get her done. That's a fish. Nice. That is a brook trout. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Pennsylvania state fish. Whoop! Look at that. First trout of the trip. A little brookie. He actually swallowed the hook pretty good. I might actually bust my line off, but I think we're going to throw him on a stringer, see if we can catch four more. There he is, he's still in there surfacing. Yes, fish on. Nice, brownie. All right, get him in the net. That there is a little brown trout, y'all. That's our second fish of the day in the rain. Fantastic. Not a big one, but we'll put him on the stringer. Got him. That's a big boy. That's a big boy. The circle hook set perfect. Oh yeah. Beautiful big brookie there. Look at that. Sweet. That was the fish we lost earlier, guys. That thing is gorgeous. Big old stocky brookie. Look at the white on the fins and the pink. Beautiful, beautiful little marbled backing on them. Amazing. We're definitely sticking him on our stringer. Now, a lot of you guys watching this video, especially you trout gurus, might be thinking to yourself, man, this is pretty unidealistic trout fishing. Keeping fish, putting them on the old redneck metal stringer, taking them home to eat them. That's not what trout fishing is. And here's the thing, there's a lot of different types of trout fishing. That's what we're gonna try to highlight here on the channel over the next several episodes. You can be, as Steve Ranella of Meat Eater put it, a bare knuckle, meat-eating carnivore spin cast fisherman, or you could be an idealist fly fisherman chasing native fish in their native habitat. But neither way are you wrong, because at the end of the day, these fish have habitat and are being stocked because of the money that common people like you and I are putting into fishing licenses, which allow these fish to be raised and stocked. Anything additional to that, habitat restorations, additional stockings of trophy fish from like trout clubs and that kind of thing, those are all people giving their time, money, and effort for better trout fishing. And if they're gonna chase their trout their own way, so be it. But I like to do a little bit of all the different kinds. So with these little stockies, as far as I'm concerned, I'm paying to catch them with my trout stamp on my fishing license, and I'm gonna eat them just as so. For you idealist trout fishermen, don't worry, your episode's coming. But this one is for me and all the other commoner Pennsylvania trout fishermen trying to catch fish this April and May. Right on the tree, it's right where the fish is. There we go. I knew it, and that's another solid. Better than the last one. Beautiful brook trout. Oh my. Wow, look at that. That right there might be one of the most beautiful trout I've caught out of this creek. Oh my God. Ow. That thing is gorgeous. Just barely hooked them too. Guys, so ultimately it's brook trout like this and the other stockies that we've caught that brought us to this creek. You know, like I said, these are amazing little fish. And it's because people are buying trout license, trout stamps, and otherwise putting time into enjoying trout fishing for what it is. Whether it be catching these little beautiful stocked fish like this, going after natives, or even big Lake Erie steelhead. It's the funding of the people who love the sport, which keeps these fish in our waterways and available to catch. And this is an unbelievable day. Quick little stock trout fishing endeavor on a creek that I know very well, but it doesn't make it any less rewarding. What a great day of fishing that was. We got everything that we could have wanted. Some stocked fish on a local creek that we know very, very well. Pretty awesome morning. Pretty pumped about how it all ended up. Now we're gonna go head back to the house and we're gonna cook these guys up for lunch, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do that. Oh yeah, we're back and we are in the kitchen, and in this little metal bowl here, I've got the 5 trout which we caught today out on the stream, and I'm gonna show you a quick and dirty recipe to make these things delicious and to give yourself a quick meal, whether it be a lunch, a dinner, or just a post-workout protein snack like it's gonna be for me. So I just want y'all to pay attention. It is 12:57 right now. I'm preheating my oven to 420 degrees. And what we're gonna do is we are gonna do a quick baked trout recipe that I featured on the channel earlier in the channel's upcoming. And we're gonna kind of revisit that recipe with a small twist in order to show you how to make trout as quick as possible and get a delicious meal out of them. That we've got all those ingredients up in this foil on top of this rice, we're gonna stick it in the oven here and we're gonna keep it there for about 25 minutes. Smells good to me. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna do a little prep here. You can hear it sizzling in that foil. The foil helps cook it in the oven. Helps cook it in all its juice and glory. It has been 30 minutes. And I got the knife out and some forks and I skinned the skin and fins off of this trout. And look what we have here. A delicious little trout bake with rice, peppers, onions, butter, salt and pepper. Doesn't get much simpler than that. Oh, so what I find absolutely crazy about this dish right here is that approximately 4 hours ago, these fish were swimming in the creek, feeding on whatever swims by, crayfish, mayflies, and now it's about to be a delicious, nutritious, proteinous snack to fuel us for the next chapter of our day. So, first bite, here we go. Oh my gosh. It's so rich, so sweet. A little saltiness in there, a little pepper salt. It's amazing. Stock trout, unbelievable little opportunity to get out into the Pennsylvania wilds, use your hard-earned money to buy a trout stamp so you can enjoy some of these fish that the Fish Commission are putting in for you to catch. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Captain Coleslaw Outdoors. Like and subscribe. Shoot straight. This is the reason. I'm out to the next one. Good thing there's a second plate waiting for me.